Boom. We are live, baby. Live, live, live. NCAA net profit. I'm Conor Mac. He's the great Maxwell Smart. How are you doing so far today, Max? How's it going?
It is a complete roller coaster with me, Connor Mack, when we're talking about college basketball betting because I'm a volume better. And on some games, I look like a complete asshole, and some games, I look like the Messiah. And yesterday, I was looking like some bum asshole named Vegas Dave. And today, I'm looking like a savant like myself. So, feeling good right now. Lots of games to go. Looking to get into some winners with the show. And of course, I will try to stay focused on the show and not on the 11 or 12 basketball games that are going on as we speak right now. This is college basketball season all day, every day. Let's get that money, playa.
Exactly. Yes, and there's all these tourneys going on. Of course, there's going to be college basketball on during the day, but sometimes the show's not going to have so many like everything's going on now. But I feel you. Let's just touch on yesterday. There was a ton of games. We'll run through the scores, and we'll get right into today. And it's Friday. It's Friday, Max. We gotta have a good. It's Friday, baby. It's time to
Yep,
get rolling.
TGIF,
Let-
TGIF, CMAC.
Let's just go through mine. Townsend covered. Richmond did not. Richmond to failure again. With me, that's been a tough team for me over years. Not only this year, but many years. Doing. I ended up playing. The only other I didn't mess. I stayed off Syracuse. They won, obviously 92-84, bunch of points in that one, and I stayed off the San Diego State game. I don't know. Maybe I was just drunk on booze and turkey and shit. I didn't really get into live betting that. Shout out Tony Cobbs, cupcake time. Let's freaking go. We appreciate you, Tony Cobbs, all that you do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and the donos just cherry on top. We appreciate your donos always, for sure. And Max, I ended up taking the full game Louisville, Mississippi State. That was my own. That was holy shit, man! It just stayed under barely. So
Yeah,
survivor
yeah.
there for me.
I
Is there anything you want to touch on real quick?
Yeah,
Your
listen,
name?
it was a brutal night for me, but like one thing that wasn't terrible was the fact that Belmont and Drake got some scoring done early on, forgot to do it later on. But yeah, no, yesterday was just a brutal day. I'd like to just move on from it.
Yeah.
And let's not get into my conspiracy theories about referees betting on basketball games and being influenced by the mafia.
Yeah. Hey, when you do this long enough and there's been noted situations and everything else, I think me and Mac, we could talk about that for a long, long time on this show. But let's stick to giving out winners, getting to the games. I'll just touch on a couple. Those were the scores. There wasn't much more. I mentioned the Syracuse, San Francisco won by 10, Louisville by 14. Belmont was a good win. Both these teams playing today. UAB won by 13, just shot the lights out, kind of 86-73 in that one. That was about it because we covered the early ones that are going on. I'm going to click right onto today and just rally off some scores that already happened, Max. You talked about the Dayton, Kansas game. I'm sure you watched that. How exciting was it?
Listen, it was really exciting because first off, you think that Kansas has got to stop on defense. They get the block denying the driver, and then finish fucking product Mustafa Amzil fucking gets that offensive rebound, fucking coasts in center court, leaning away, drops that shot, fucking high arcing, bounces on the top rim, off glass in. It was a fucking beautiful moment. And of course, when you're live betting these situations, my guy Sharpie he blasted that thing, bro. Blasted that live line on Dayton money
Good.
line. So shout out to the fucking Harpoon BBW master. Keep fucking slaying those 350 pounders. Give them the thrill of their lives, cupcake style.
Well said. Well said. A few other ones. Baylor, Michigan State hung around, got blown out second half. Purdue obviously won huge against Omaha. Tennessee just won by 11. How about your Huskies? Let's get to UConn. OT again, Max. but 7-point win, 70-63. Anything on that?
Listen, hard fought. Isaiah Whaley makes a huge fucking difference. All right. And this UConn team definitely had foul trouble once again. You play a physical style of defense. If you get a bunch of sissy ass refs, they're going to call weak fouls. And once again, they're calling weak fouls. They're missing traveling calls. So, refereeing could turn into a rant. I don't want to turn the show into that, Connor, but let's just say you zebras, you better fucking get your act together. We'll put you back on the safari and eat you by lions, all right? Straight goods. Straight goods.
No doubt.
All right?
Let's
I'm a
give
lion.
shout-out.
I'll eat a zebra. I'm hungry.
I know you are. I'm sure you're ready for some cupcakes at the end of the day.
Oh, it's
some good ones too.
I want some cupcakes.
The pricey listen, ones.
Connor, yeah. I just don't want to have to go under the bridge and get rough hand jobs from ladies of the night. No, I don't want that. No.
Yeah.
I got to stay away from bridges.
Maxwell smart. We need to get one of those signs. Keep away from bridges for sure. Shout out to the chat. Everyone in the chat. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe if you haven't. Hit a retweet on Twitter. We appreciate it. All you guys that are in here, no doubt. Let me run through it real quick, and then we'll get to your games, Max.
All right.
We got Real Deal Prime up in here. Nathan Cerna. Tony Cobbs, we already mentioned, with the $5 dono. Cash Action Bets. Josh CT, what's up, my man? Ryan Watson. Eric Brown. All you guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for doing all that you do. We appreciate it. Bill McHugh, what's up, my guy? Thanks for being here. Kind of a short card, Max. It was almost short enough. We probably could have ran through it, but there was enough today to kind of go back to our old style. And I got a few games that I'm looking at, and I hope to do pretty better. 2-1 was okay, but I need wins immediately, and I think we'll get them pretty soon. But let's get to your plays. Let's get to your first one. I know the one you had that just started earlier, the Old Dominion. I have done that before on this show, so no problem.
Yeah, it was rough because I was gonna give out the first half money line, and guess what the score was? 31-30. So I just have to benefit from the bookies cash on that one, but hopefully I got the right spots in these next games, and we'll get some winners. Otherwise, just start fading me. Make that money any way you can. Just don't fucking make it working a fucking 9 to 5 if you don't have to and you don't want to. Sit on your ass all day. It feels real good sometimes.
Sit on your ass all day. It feels good sometimes. Classic. Love it. Let's get to your first one. Arkansas Pine Bluff. Pacific's favored by 19 and a half. The total's right around 135 and a half. What's your look here?
Yeah, I think that with Arkansas Pine Bluff, this is just a group that has been able to get in games, stay in games, and play really well early on. I think that early on is definitely going to be what you're going to need to see from this team. And I have to look at them as a team that is going to help their opponent go over with that second half quality defense. With the total like this, it definitely screams to me that this is a full game over. Both these teams have played games lined in this number range, and both games happen to go over. I think that there is also value taking Arkansas Pine Bluff as a first half dog of 12 points. So that's the way that I'm looking for it. I got that this morning at minus 121. I thought it's a good number. Arkansas Pine Bluff has shown in first halves that they've been more competitive. And then like the Santa Barbara game, you've seen them make their opponent make good halftime adjustments and then smack them in the mouth with a fucking 14-inch dildo. Yeah.
Excellent. Let me see real quick what we have right now on it. I just want to give the best look we can here for everybody. Where are we at? First half. First half, I have 11. And I get a 10 and a half.
Why would you want
to? Yeah. No, yeah, 11. Sorry, I didn't mean. I was just looking. 11. 11's the best I can give you. Is that
you have the
cool?
line shop because I saw 11.5. So at
Okay, I
Pinnacle,
will.
you get 11.5. So
Perfect. Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, I got about 20, and there's 20
yeah,
more.
I got
Just so
11
you
and
know.
a half at minus 108 right now on Pinnacle,
Perfect.
and based off my number, I got 12. So not a big
That'll
difference
work.
either there.
That'll work. Take 11 and a half. All right, let's get to your next one. Lehigh versus Virginia. Virginia, big favorites here. 19 and a half, a team that I never love laying points this big with, but we'll see. They've had a big win the last few days. Total's 121 and a half, normal Virginia total. What are you looking at here?
Yeah, listen, we've seen a couple games where Lehigh's gone over, where Virginia's gone over, and those are the first 2 games of the year. Since then, we've seen Tony Bennett's team rock off 3 out of 4 wins and do it with defense. I think that has to be the play with this game. This is a team that I don't really want to lay first half under numbers with them, even though they have been cashing. I have to look at full game under. I think that Virginia is going to be able to keep Lehigh off the free throw line, cut off a lot of their opportunities to drive to the rim with their pick and roll and their off ball movement and their cutters. And when it comes to rebounding, this is where Virginia is going to have to do their job and not allow Lehigh to get those second chance opportunities. As far as scoring wise, Virginia definitely showed that they can score, but I just think that in this matchup against a team like Lehigh, who has the same kind of characteristics as a team that already beat them in Navy, I just cannot look and think that they're going to give these guys an ounce. So I got to look full game under with this game. And I think that maybe Lehigh has stretches where they can put some points together. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a Virginia under, classic Wahoo basketball. And we're going to continue seeing these unders 4 in a row. Let's get that 5th.
Excellent. All righty. Get this under.
And with that game, I did get an under 123, minus 122 at Pinnacle. You can get a variety of different numbers around, but 122 is at like your standard juice right now.
Okay. I have to pull up my Pinnacle account if I need to get in there. Okay, let's get to your next one here. Oregon State taking on Wake Forest. Wake Forest 4.5 point favorites. Total 140 and a half, right around there. What's your angle on this one?
Yeah, I think that this is a Wake Forest team that I've really become enamored with as a betting option. And I think that this is where I have to focus tonight. Wake Forest is a deeper team. Alondis Williams and Jake LaRavia have added so much to this team to go along what Steve Forbes has already been building. And this team is going to get up and down the floor. They're going to play in up tempo. They're going to score points. They can hit them from 3 and get really hot. So you have to lock down. And Oregon State's 3-point defense, I don't really know if it's ready for this Wake Forest attack. I think that you need guys like Davion Williamson to come in, but for Oregon State, Maurice Kalu, my fellow Canadian from Windsor, Ontario, home of Turnsey, I just don't think that this is a good matchup for Oregon State. I think that playing Wake Forest in this situation in Florida is going to definitely present some challenges. And you're going to need Jared Lucas and Waris Altishi to really step up. And I think that when you look at this Wake Forest team, this is a team that's flying high. They're playing their tempo. I don't think that they're going to get slowed down, and I have to look at it just like this. This is a team that I think that can put up 80 points a game on an opponent like this. They just have to make sure that they're getting off to a good start, making their free throws, getting to the free throw line with more frequency, and winning on the glass. So I think that Wake Forest can do that. I think that the play for me is Wake Forest team total over 71.5 at minus 115. And I have to look at the first half over at 65.5 at minus 122. So
First half
I think
over.
that this is a Wake Forest game that just has offense, even though they're leaving home.
I got to agree with you here, Max. Oregon State, all things early is, obviously they went on that phenomenal run. They lost pieces from that team. But there hasn't been much defense. They've been able to score a little bit, but they haven't stopped anyone. So I was looking at that today, this total and the over in this basketball game. All righty, let's get to your next one here, your fourth one. Portland State, the Vikings versus Iowa. The spread's 24, total's 153.5. Are you looking team total? You thinking Iowa covers this or the other way? What do you like?
Listen, I think that Iowa team total is going to be on my card. I think that with a team that has been averaging close to 100 points a game in college, it's hard not to like it. I think that when you look at this game, though, something that's also been really successful when betting on Iowa is to bet them in the first half, to take it full fucking pedal to the metal against their opponent, and for that first half to go over. It's something I feel comfortable with, and I also like the team total full game just because we know this Iowa team. What do? Hit from all three levels, 50, 40, 80. So those types of numbers impress me. Those are the type of numbers I want to back in these situations. The only thing is, can they get Portland State to play that type of game with them? There are some injuries in the front court for Iowa, but I don't think that it's going to really play a big role. This is a team that gets to the rim. This is a team that does have a lot of offensive flair, a lot of in-fucking passing, and Keegan Murray, coming off a 29-point game, it's hard for me not to think that this could be a streak of some really nice performances for him personally. So DFS-wise, he's definitely a target. And I just think that this Iowa team is going to be definitely matched up with a team in Portland State that wants to slow it down, play some under basketball, but they're not bare in the cupboard when it comes to offense and skill. James Jean-Marie, fucking Markel Starks, Michael Carter III from Long Beach, Marlon Ruffin from Omaha. They got guys that can play. So it's just a matter of them being able to score and help that first half over. But I'm all over it. I think that this is a Iowa first half spread spot at 13 or 13.5. And I think that when you look at the over 73.5, I think that Iowa's going to do the majority. They just have to hope that Portland State can score at least 25 to 30 points.
Beautiful. Yeah, 13 is good. And the team total was, Max? You had?
I'm not making the team total official.
Oh, okay. Cool. So just first half, 13. Excellent, my friend. Is there anything else?
Conor, yeah, but we're gonna do over 73.5 first half minus 121.
Okay. 73.5 first half. Okay. That sounds good. I like it. Shout out to Arthur Mead. What's up, my guy? Thanks so much for the dono. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate all the support you give to not only Max and I, but Pub Sports Radio, Jimmy, everybody else.
Yeah,
you're a regular.
Arthur will stand up just like Tony.
Yeah, for sure. We appreciate it. Was there anything else on to touch on, or just get to mine and then we'll get rolling?
Yeah, let's get to your games and let's move on from there.
Sounds good. Let me just pull this up. Let's get right to the big one because I can let you talk about it. It's Duke Gonzaga. I'm going to be short here. Sometimes I'm a few words. I don't get into long spiels. These teams score, 90 points. Duke's in the 80s. I think UCLA was just so cold the other night, and I think Duke's a little bit better offensively. That game probably would have went over. That first half was dreadful by the Bruins. They scored 45. I'm on the over, 154. I think there's 154.5 out there. I think this game gets up and over this total. I don't know how it doesn't, Max. I mean, Gonzaga, I'm never fearful. Maybe is this defense changed? I don't know. I think everyone's pretty fat and happy about Gonzaga, beating UCLA. I'd be a little leery here, and I'm not a Duke backer. But when you start almost hanging 10 points with Duke, it perks my interest a little bit, Max, on taking it. I didn't take the side. I wanted more than 10. This game could be close. I think Timmy does what everyone. I think both teams, as long as they're not ice cold shooting, they both are super fast, up tempo teams. I think we get over this total of 154. And just to lean to Duke, I don't think I'm going to mess with the side. What do you like in this game?
Well, I like Drew Timmy, you know. I like first half over. I like
Timmy.
Gonzaga first half. I think that Timmy is gonna fucking get it
Timmy.
done because that fucking Texas product with that mustache, you better be a baller if you're walking around with that thing on your face. And I'll tell you, you know what? I feel bad for fucking Banchero Mark Williams tonight because someone's gonna have to cover Drew Timmy. And if you're not careful after a made bucket, that motherfucker is gonna take the ball from the inbound passer, and he's going to take it coast to coast right in your fucking face. I'm looking for a lot of Drew Timmy tonight. Like, you know what? Chet Holmgren's got a lot of fucking funk, a lot of good shit about him. He's a fucking amazing player in this system, but you got to get Drew Timmy 20 shot attempts, 25 shot attempts, because you know what that means? That means that you're getting fucking really fucking sweet passes inside within 5 feet of the bucket, and Drew's putting it off glass with ease. That's when Gonzaga's at their best. And I tell you right now, X factor in this game, Canadian, Aurora, Ontario, Andrew Nemhard is going to fuck with his eyes
Super
open.
Canadian.
Let's go, Gonzaga. Let's go, Zaga. Let's go, Zaga. The dog kennel's out. If this was at a neutral court, I think that would be a little bit of a different game. But at the dog kennel, come on. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Come on, brah.
Come on, bro.
Brah. All right. Let's get to my second one here.
And it's on the dog kennel. I lied. I'm joking. If it was at the dog kennel, it would have been fucking 12.5 points.
Yeah. Isn't it a neutral game? Yeah, right.
I know it is. I was just fucking right.
Oh, okay.
Dustin.
Okay, you fucked me up there. Let's get to my second one. Arizona State, Loyola Chicago. I'm laying the points here with Loyola Chicago, the 6.5. I think they're a better basketball team. Arizona State got into a big up and down track meet last night, and they lost by 8 to Syracuse. I almost played Syracuse, but kept me off was taking them because in the past, I mean, you were talking about in yesterday's show, they early on, I don't know what Syracuse team, they were knocking down shots last night. Were they not, Max?
Yeah, they were nailing them.
They were nailing them. So if they weren't nailing them, that probably they lost, or it would have been a really tight game in that one. We talked about Arizona State on yesterday's show. No Bagley. Jackson's got to do extra here. These teams should be tired, but I think Loyola Chicago is better defensively. They got cold just yesterday in the second half, and that can happen with them at times. But so far this year, they've been able to shoot the three ball really well, Max, surprisingly. I know they played a lot of, cupcake teams, as we like to say. I mean, throw out a cupcake reference there. But Loyola Chicago's just better here all around. And I'm going to lay the points with them here tonight. They have the better overall team, better team defense. So give me Loyola Chicago and lay the 6.5. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's an interesting spot. We did see a really good team performance in the second half from Arizona State, but obviously when you fall behind, you get into such foul trouble early on, it does plague you. I think that with this Loyola Chicago team, this is a team that's offensive. This is a team that's dropping some fucking good numbers, and they're shooting the ball, sharing the ball, and a different guy is capable of stepping up every night. You have a lot of depth with this Loyola Chicago team. That's where I think Arizona State's going to have the biggest problem. And it's just a spot where, I don't know, maybe this is just a big over again. And at 134, it's a little bit of a short line. So I think that we're going to see a lot more 3-point attempts. And if both of them are on point, that could be 23-point makes between the two of them at least. And that could help an over. So that's the way I'm looking at it.
You're right. I mean, if they're dropping, this game is going over. I agree. And that total is low. That's an interesting spot to look at that over there. All right, let's get to my next one. Wichita versus Missouri. Wichita's favored by 2.5. Total's 132. Both these teams, I want the under here, bottom line. Wichita, they got me going to OT against Arizona. I thought they played really, really well. And Missouri is a team that's bringing back 19% of their minutes. Obviously, there's transfers. It could be a long year for Missouri. Maybe they get better as these kids gel together, Max. But they're a team that struggled to score at times. I think Wichita puts the clamps on them here. I like the under. I also like Wichita here a bit to cover this 2.5. Not crazy, but it's a short number. I think they can get it done. And I just don't trust Missouri at this time of year. They have a lot of problems from a team that was really early last year. Missouri was unreal, but losing, 8 guys has not been good to them. So early on here, I want this under. And if I had to take the side here, I'd be on Wichita State. I think they can get the cover. What do you think?
Yeah, it's an interesting spot. I definitely like the under and agree with you there. But on the other side, I think I'm looking at Missouri as that home dog if they're at home. I can't remember if they are or not. I think it's a home game for Missouri, but this is a spot where I think that Missouri does have a little bit of value, Connor, and that's just because they've been a really a more efficient scoring team in the second half. This is where they've been able to really fucking take and separate themselves from their opponent. I do like the fundamentals with them. They do go to the rim a lot. They crash the offensive glass. They make a fair amount of their free throws, and they get decent ball facilitation. I think that this is a spot where Missouri, in my opinion, has value as a home dog. So leave it at that.
Yeah, they are at home. So you're right. They are at home, but I still like the under. I love the under there. Let's get to my next one, and then we'll touch on a few games. Some I'm on, some we might have leans on. We'll get to the rest. This is the next one. USC, San Diego State. San Diego State's favored by 1.5. Big win last night. Georgetown, another team that's got to hit shots. They didn't hit anything. I think they were 4 of 20, something like that, maybe even more. And San Diego State hit their shots. And I don't know if that happens tonight here with SC. All that length SC has and all that talent, I think this is a good one, right in the 60s, low 60s if it gets there. San Diego State doesn't want to go up and down here. And San Diego State shot it well last night. I think they were 7 of 17 or 8 of 17 from 3. And they struggle at times to shoot the basketball. So they shot it well last night. They won by 17. They got the cover. It still stayed under. The total 73-56. SC, kind of a ho-hum win. That went under for you, Max, correct? The SC St. Joe's you were talking about? Yep. 70-55. 70-55. Excellent. I just see more of a good old dogfight here, on the West Coast with SC and San Diego State. So give me the under, and I'm not going to pick a side. I think this is a classic good one. I guess if you had to, SC, you might see a little value here. Money line, you can catch them right around 110, 105. But I'm on the under here. 132, and that's my last one. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you on the under. When it involves San Diego State and the game is above 130, chances are I do like it in some way. I think that with the San Diego State team, you're going to need Nathan Mensah to come ready to play. You need an outlier performance from him, and you need just to get more than Lamont Butler and Matt Bradley doing something for you offensively from the perimeter. This team has shot the three-point ball exceptionally poor, and I think that that's going to be the difference tonight. I think that SC makes a couple more threes. I think that they use the aforementioned fucking size that you mentioned, and I think that they're going to fucking dominate. The glass is where you get second chance opportunities, you wear down a defense, you extend possessions, and you fucking break the will of your opponent. Ball facilitation and good rebounding equal. I like SC. Rocking the SC hat, rocking the STSU shirt, and I'm saying this: SC's going in getting the win. Big boy in California against Fallbrook's finest, the BBW Slayer, Sharpie.
And this game is a neutral site. I believe it's in Anaheim, so just
that favors USC, doesn't it?
Check them out. Yeah, it's, short drive away. Well, if there's no traffic, it could be like an hour and a half.
Okay.
Hour and a half time drive or more to Orange County. But let's get to it. Those are our games. I'm sure we have a few more looks, and there's a few more really big games that we need to talk about here. But we'll get to that. Get the questions ready. Load us up what games you want us to talk about in our Q&A here. The show might be a little short today. There's not a ton of more games. But let us know. Let's get to them. But first, let's get a shout out from our sponsor. Hit the commercials, baby. Boom. If you're in the San Antonio area, go to Southtown 101. Great karaoke, booze, food, unbelievable spot. Place we're going to hopefully go to soon, maybe in March. We're hoping to plan a trip down in San Antonio, maybe for March Madness. Still in the early stages of that, but we're hoping to get down there. Go to manscaped.com, 20% off, promo code Pub Sports. Get the Lawnmower 4.0, but get the whole bag. They get the whole kit caboodle. All the ball deodorant. Yes, they have ball deodorant. All that good shit, baby. Get it. Get the whole kit of that shit. Manscaped.com. Keep your junk clean, trim. Keep it down there. Good. And last is mybookie.ag. Hit promo code Pub Sports. You got to have multiple books to beat multiple lines every day, especially now with college basketball here and running. So you put 1,000, use the Bitcoin, reverse the Bitcoin, put 1,000, you get 1,000, you use your debit or credit, you put 1,000, they give you half back 500. So use the Bitcoin and use the pub rub stuff on your meats. Get it, season up the chicken, the steaks, all that good shit. And we got a sale going on. It's Black Friday. We got, I guess, I don't know exactly what it is, 10, 20% on our shirts and sweatshirts. Get some Pub Sports Radio swag. As you can see, if you exit out of here, it's right underneath us, right under the chat. Get all that good Pub Sports Radio shit that we
Get
sell.
that Pub Sports. We be pumping. We be pumping.
You be pumping. All righty, let's get to the first question here. I know, Christopher Comentini, I got you, my guy. Everyone wants to talk
Is he
about
giving us a game on Sunday again? That's my guy, bro. That's my guy,
Iona Belmont. Please, go ahead. Take the floor, Max. You roll first.
Yeah, I think that this is a spot where I have to look on the defensive team being able to slow down the fast team. I think that with Iona, with their passing ability, their ball movement, and then, of course, the fact that they're able to lock down defensively in a way that definitely hinders Belmont's ability to stretch a defense and use their exceptional passing to get easy looks at the bucket. I think that this is an Iona spot money line, and that's the way that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it's just now, Max, I know it's off the huge win, but I think they're a little more complete and a little bit better defensively. Iona and Belmont can light it up, but every time now they're a favorite, and we're talking more than 3. This is 4 here, a couple possessions. I'd be leery of Belmont. They have not been good as a favorite, so I'd watch out. I'd grab the 4 points. I think they could maybe win outright again, but to be safe, take the 4, split it up however you want. I think they could win as well. I think Belmont, though, that was a big win for them with Drake. Both big wins for both teams, so that should be a really good game. I can't wait to watch it. I know that, Max. All right, Nathan Cerna, Towson, New Mexico. Did you have anything here, Max?
Yeah, this was a spot where after watching the Townsend game in San Francisco before I cried myself and rocked myself to sleep, I was like, wow, I really like watching Jalen House and Jamal Mashburn fucking mash shit up. They're like the Mash Brothers, all right?
Yeah.
And they're mashing some maple syrup and fucking pancakes, and it's great. So this is a spot where I think that this is a number where if Towson wants to stay in this game, they're going to have to score with New Mexico, or they're going to have to hope that New Mexico has like a terrible fucking shooting performance from the field. I just think that you're going to get a quicker tempo in this game. I think that against San Francisco last night, you did see them play down to the tempo of Towson at times, especially in the second half. And I just have to look towards getting on New Mexico at this short number here. So give me the super guard trio, the 18 and 19 point per game scores.
Yeah, Mashburn, they can fill it up. You're right. Towson, I just worried about. They just got it done yesterday, Max. Just score enough because they're a team that has trouble scoring, and it should be interesting. I need more points with Towson. I don't trust them on the offensive end. Yeah.
100%, and we don't have a fairly efficient Cam Holden last night, which definitely held them back. But this is a New Mexico team that's really good with the ball. I don't think that they're going to be able to. They're not going to turn the ball over as much as San Fran did last night. So I think there's definitely some differences in their opponents.
All right, Tyler, dude, I want San Francisco. They're favored by a couple over UAB. Do you have anything here, Max?
For me, I like UAB. I think that UAB has value with the number. I thought that this game should be a pick'em, or UAB should have been a favorite. With UAB, this is a deep team. This is one of these mid-major teams that have a whole bunch of different freaking transfers. And with UAB, they still brought back 4 starters from that team last year. So this is a group where, yes, it's going to be a test. You're going up against a San Fran team that does have probably a quickness advantage at the guard spot, but you got the size advantage at the guard spot, and you've been manhandling teams. So I think that they have a much better shooting performance than they did against South Carolina, and I think that they can win this game against San Fran. So I'll take the points with UAB. Trey Jemison is the difference maker for UAB tonight, protecting the rim and scoring down low.
Real quick, can this get over the way UAB's been scoring?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the way you have to look at it. If you're playing them last year, this was a team that you maybe thought that if they're going to get into a route, they're going to route a team, but it's going to stay under like a 76-55 type game. But with this San Fran opponent, they do have scoring down low. They do have multiple guys that can hit a shot from the perimeter. I think we're going to see that tonight. So I like over also.
Shout out to our guy, Boston Nick, $3.99 dono. What's up, my guy?
Shout out to Nikki, the freaking shoey machine.
Where you at, man?
Do a shoey for us.
Shoey. We want it. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Shit to do.
And isn't UFC on a break? We need Nikki. Where's our Nikki?
I think so. Or they have one more week. I forgot. But yeah. Let's get to this big one, Max. Xavier versus Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, we talked about, was in a pretty good game all game long and then lost by 8 the other night to Memphis. They're 5-point favorites here. I like them, but I don't want to lay 5. I've been not crazy impressed, but Xavier's a team in basketball school that catching points. 5 here. How interested are you in this one? Total's 134.
I once had sex with a woman that worked at a bar that I worked at that went to Virginia Tech, and she was wild, and it was great. And I wish that she would marry some other guy. But I'll tell you this, when it comes to the basketball program, they recruit in Canada. I love Storm Murphy in this particular matchup. I think that he's got to be a big-time scorer. And like I told my people this morning, Naheem Aline, if you're going to miss a bunch of goddamn layups that decide fucking the spread, I'm going to send you shit in a box. So I like Virginia Tech at the opener. I think that this could be a nice, easy win for them. And I'm not going to put a ton of, I guess, weight on that Xavier Ohio State win because, Ohio State can be a little finicky at times.
Okay. I loved it. What was one? Penn State, LSU. Somebody asked me. Spreads 8.5, totals 142. Did you have anything in that game?
Yeah, it's a spot where it seems kind of short. It would seem kind of short-sighted of me if I didn't try and attempt and take an over in this game. I hope that the Master Jedi of Unders isn't listening right now, but at 141.5, it's a kind of attractive number with how this LSU team plays and how this Penn State backcourt is developing with the trio of guards with Sam Sessoms, Jalen Pickett, who are both starting. And then, of course, what's his goddamn name? I'm forgetting the fucking third guy. Shaheem Cornwall coming off the bench, the Gardner-Webb transfer. So I like Penn State in this game. I think that they definitely do have the quality to stay in. I'm just not sure they can score against LSU's defense. I think that this game has Route City written all over it. This LSU defense, while they played some cupcakes, is still looking pretty stout. And when you have Darius Days, who can beat a zone, beat a pack line defense, beat a press, it's hard not to like them. So I got to look at LSU. And I got to think that LSU's front court takes advantage of maybe a weakened Penn State front court who's not going to have Giovanni Scott and who may not have Greg Lee also. So kind of short on depth when it comes to front court players. And against LSU, you just don't want to be in that situation.
Yeah. Okay. Good breakdown there. This next one, I'm going to roll. We have a few more games because we touched on this. Eastern Kentucky, West Virginia. West Virginia, 15.5-point favorites. This total is 149.5. Any look here?
Yeah, with Eastern Kentucky and the way that they press, they're going to have to really show me that they have the quality of last year, which I'm not really sure they do. We need Jamaro Brown to really step up, and this team's played 4 unders to start the season, so the odds makers have not caught up to what this team is actually capable of, and with a dumbass like Cooper Robb on your team, I can understand why. You know, he just literally makes me want to choke him out and fucking strangle him with some fucking pig intestine. But I'm not going to do that. I can't do it. That would be a criminal fucking act, and I don't want to spend my time in prison. I want to spend my time betting with Pub Sports. So yes. I'll say this. Eastern Kentucky is going to bring the 3-point defense. West Virginia is going to struggle, even including Sean McNeil and Taz Sherman, to hit a 3. And I think that Eastern Kentucky stays in it just a little bit because one team can press, the other team can press, turnovers, layups, free throws. Eastern Kentucky finds a way.
All right. How about this one? Arkansas, Little Rock, Tulsa. Tulsa's 12.5, total 133. Any look here?
Yeah, this is just a spot where I'm looking at Tulsa first half, and then I'm going from there. It's a route number and a route number on the spread for Tulsa. I'm just not sure if they're capable of doing it. They've already been in a spot or two like that this year and have failed me, like the time that McDonald's took their fucking pizza off the menu after they left it on for a week. Sons of bitches.
Unreal. Let's get to this one. Bakersfield, Boise. Boise, can they cover this? 15.5, totals 133. Can they cover this?
Yeah. If you're taking Bakersfield right now, you're getting the ass end of the line. This line opened up at 18.5, Connor.
Yes.
And with this Boise team, I'm afraid of when they're going to go up from the 3-point line, but it really hasn't happened consistently. I think that getting Marcus Shaver back in the lineup is definitely helpful, but this Boise team just seems like they're missing something. And obviously, they're missing Derek Alston. I hate that son of a bitch. Fuck you, you motherfucker. But I just don't see my fellow Canadians, Kejab and Nakot, fucking taking over like they should. So it's a spot where maybe Boise comes out a little lackluster, and Bakersfield definitely uses that physical style of defense to find a way to stay in it in a rock fight.
Boise, they're not the same so far I've watched this year than last year for sure. Just a few more here, Max, and we'll get out of here. Southern Miss, Montana. Montana's favored by 7.5, totals 129.5.
Listen, I keep on talking about Ty Hardy, and he's giving me reason to fucking hate him and hate his fucking guts. Last night, he fucking screwed me in the fucking San Diego game. UC San Diego, that's who I mean. And you know what? Yeah. I guess I'm just spite betting because at this point, I probably should take Southern Miss at least first half, but I'm not going to. I think that Montana first half full game is the play. I think that Josh Bannon and Josh Owens dominate. I think that Brandon Whitney hit some shots, and I think that that fucking guy, Cam Parker, the fucking Sacred Heart fucking assist wizard, hasn't been that in the Big Sky to the same extent. I think that he gives you some good enough ball facilitation, and Montana makes up for the ass whooping they would have given UNC Wilmington and feeds it to those Southern Miss fucking Eagles. I want to eat an eagle. I want eagle.
All right. This one's interesting game a little bit. Big number here. Our good old friends, North Florida. Kentucky's 25.5-point favorites, totals 146.5. Did you like anything here?
Yeah, I like the points with the dog. I hate to fucking be that guy, but I think that North Florida, what I say about them often is this is a team that they figured out the offensive part. They know what to do there. It's a matter of can they fucking be effective enough defensively. They have shown this year early on that they can lock down the 3-point line and make you fucking beat them inside. And against Kentucky, you know, that's what Kentucky is going to fucking want to do. They're not going to want to kill you from the 3-point line. They're going to want to go inside on you, and that's where North Florida is going to have problems. I think at the end of the day, North Florida is able to stay in this game because they shoot threes well. They hit free throws at above 75% as a team. And Carter Henrickson and Jose Placer fuck with their goddamn eyes open. I love you, Big Blue Nation, but I'm not taking these types of points. So I like the dog.
All right, that's about it. Another big one. Just if you have nothing, just shoot no. Rio Grande Valley versus Illinois, 27-point favorites. You want to back them?
Just on the dog, not taking Illinois.
Okay. That number. That's what I thought. Alcorn State, Southern Illinois. This spread 15. Totals 130. Anything there?
Another simple spot. If you've been betting on Alcorn State, you've been making money. I want to make some money. I'm betting on Alcorn State.
Love it. All right. And that's about it. I think we've touched them all. Oh, St. Joe's, Georgetown. Georgetown 7.5, total 144.5.
Yeah, this is a game I don't have anything on. So it's
okay.
It's a Passeroni.
Excellent. I think we got this is our last one. Iowa State, Memphis. Interesting here. Memphis 12-point favorites, total 141. Anything here, Max?
Yeah, I'm taking the dog, and I'm just going to ride it at one play. Not going to lie bet. Not going to bet first halves. Just going to take Iowa State plus the number and hope that Memphis reverts back to their 7-8-point wins instead of their double-digit ones.
I'm with you. I've been I don't have the best feel right now with Iowa State. They've had a couple decent games I've seen, and they've gotten their ass whipped. Yeah, damn, I'm close on that one as well, taking the points with Iowa State. All right, I think we've touched them all, as they say, Max. I wanted the guy he had a question here about the football game. I'm not on that game, whoever wrote that one. Alan, I'm not on it. It could turn into a shootout, and obviously with North Carolina. NC State has the better defense. They're at home, but I'm not going to lay a touchdown in that rivalry game. I'm off. But maybe there's points on that total. That's it. MMA locker room, Duke over 72.5 at their team total. Their team total can't be that low, is it?
I
don't know what he's talking about. You got to throw it in, Millsy Mills. All right. Any other question we hit? But we're going to get out of here. We touched them all, Max. So let's get to run through yours. I'll run through mine, and we'll dip.
Yeah, Arkansas Pine Bluff, first half plus 11.5. That's the market number available. Lehigh, Virginia under 123. Then I am on the Wake Forest first half over 65.5. Wake Forest team total full game over 71.5, and Iowa minus 13 first half and over 73.5 first half.
73, first half. Beautiful. All right, here is mine. To our guy, I know he popped in the chat. Platinum Paul, what's up, my guy? Gave it to 72.5. Yeah, I think they get there. I mean, I'm on this over. I mean, Noli, I hope you dipped, my guy. I love a lot of unders, but Duke, Gonzaga here. I'm on the over. 154 in that game. Loyola, Chicago. I think they get right today. They cover the 6.5 in that game. Wichita State, Missouri. We stay under 132.5. Max likes Missouri. I'm off the side. I'm not going to mess around with it. I'm just on the under. And last, I am on SC, San Diego State, under as well. That game is 132. I think it's a good one. Defensive battle. Shots might be difficult to find. And that's it. I like a few more other ones we talked about. Iona. It's not on. I didn't put it in our show, but I like them. Take them forward. Taking money line if you like it. That'd be my only one that I really, really like. But that's it, Max. We are done. Let's catch a freaking big day. Let's get some winners so you can get some fancy-ass cupcakes in tomorrow. Or on Monday. We're off. What the hell am I talking about? I got college football tomorrow morning.
That is right. You got a long fucking night, bro. You got college basketball, college football, NFL, NBA, NHL. Conor Mack is the diverse capper. Look at him go.
Look at me run. All right. That's it. All righty. For Maxwell Smart, the legend, the great Maxwell Smart, I'm Conor Mack. We out of here. We be pumping! Where's the bang bang, Preston? Come on.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Pub Sports Radio. Come find us in Southtown 101. Subscribe on YouTube.